The 30th Ministerial Conference of World Trade Organization member countries took place in Abu Dhabi from February 26 to 29. Uzbekistan's delegation, led by Deputy Prime Minister Jamshid Khajayev, also participated. Uzbekistan began active efforts to join the World Trade Organization in 2020. Negotiations with 10 out of 32 countries have been completed, while discussions with others are ongoing.
Today, 166 countries are members of the organization. Comoros and Timor-Leste were admitted to membership in Abu Dhabi. The organization regulates the global trading system and defines basic rules for trade. Its main rule is that all member countries must provide equal conditions for foreign and domestic trade. There are large and small developing countries, as well as developed countries, and they have conflicting interests. Therefore, accepting new members has become somewhat difficult. However, there is no other unique organization that regulates the world trade system. That's why all countries strive to be part of it and cooperate with it.
I think it's really important that these conferences go ahead and that the WTO is a working mechanism for trade all over the world. The more countries that are getting into the WTO, we can have better trade all over the world and also giving poor people a better living conditions.
I'm from Guatemala, and we are still negotiating and we're still waiting for the
same with Uzbekistan.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the results of this conference, but we expect the best.
Why you want to join this organization?
Of course, for us it's important because we are defending the interests of our people, especially the people that produce agriculture and fishery in our country.
Very important for Zambia as the least developed countries because having outcomes that facilitate development is very key to us. And we've seen during this conference countries like the UAE come up with a pledge to support LDCs in terms of trade capacity building.
We need to do this on every 2 years, and while I'm now based in Geneva, we do the work there, and so the minister will take the decisions. For us, it was the fisheries agreement, and because we have also fish in our country and our seas and our waters, so the next thing was the dispute settlement.
Some experts believe that powerful countries dominate discussions in the organization, but the WTO operates on consensus, regardless of a country's economic status. Every nation's voice matters. The WTO acknowledges the need for reform to adapt to modern times. This was discussed in MC13. Uzbekistan applied to join the WTO in 1994 but faced delays. The process restarted after 20 years. The president personally oversees Uzbekistan's WTO membership. The acceleration of this process can be attributed to the special attention given by the head of our state. The general director of the WTO also acknowledged this, as it has become increasingly evident. Uzbekistan has noticeably stepped up its efforts in the past year, leading to a more active pace in the process. A team of experts from various government departments, ministries and agencies is currently working to align Uzbek legislation with WTO requirements. This process has gained momentum over the past year. Notably, Uzbekistan's delegation, led by the Deputy Prime Minister, attended a prestigious conference of the organization for the first time. 32 countries have shown interest in accessing Uzbekistan's goods market, with bilateral protocols already signed with 10 of them. As a state trying to join the WTO, the Republic of Uzbekistan faces challenges in reaching a consensus while safeguarding its national interests. All requirements are implemented according to GATT rules of 1994. Within this agreement, countries can submit proposals in line with their interests. At the Abu Dhabi conference, agreements were signed with Japan, Israel and the Dominican Republic. Negotiations with India, Brazil, Argentina and the Philippines are in the final stage. Talks are ongoing with Uruguay, South Korea, the European Union and Pakistan. No country has been admitted to membership in the past 8 years. This expansion is a positive signal, particularly for Uzbekistan.
The agenda is adopted.
We need to accelerate the process further as we still have a lot of work ahead. We have difficult meetings with members of the World Trade Organization for bilateral negotiations. We must actively engage in discussions with them. It will be challenging, but we will give our best effort. At the end of the MC13, the ministerial declaration was adopted, outlining the reform agenda, including establishing a dispute resolution mechanism by 2024. Representatives from each member state discussed issues in conflict resolution, stressing the importance of considering every country's interests regardless of their economic status. Agreements were made during MS13 to allow special treatment for developing and less developed countries. The 14th meeting of the WTO member states will take place in Cameroon in 2026.